For almost a decade, he was Jersey's Chief of Police. Suspended in 2008, but never told what he did wrong. A suspension which has cost the taxpayer more than £1 million. Yesterday in the States, Jersey's Home Affairs Minister announced the charges had been dropped, despite claiming evidence to support the suspension existed.
There are ample grounds for disciplinary proceedings, as will become apparent shortly.
But today, Graham Power says the announcement marks the end of almost 2 years of fighting to clear his name.
I am obviously pleased this unnecessary and unjustified disciplinary inquiry is now to be abandoned. In common with everyone else, I'm entitled to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. The abandonment of disciplinary proceedings after almost 2 years means I can now be regarded as having been exonerated of all allegations.
But the fact is, the soon-to-be retired Chief of Police hasn't conclusively been cleared, and that's a rather moot point with some politicians. A number of States members say to simply drop the charges because the disciplinary team ran out of time before Graham Power retired makes a mockery of the State's Employment Board and was by no means a good use of taxpayers' money. At more than £1 million, Constable Crowcroft says the Home Affairs Minister should have acted more responsibly.
Well, I think for a senior minister of the States to find somebody guilty, announce that in public, before the member of staff has had any chance to defend themselves as part of that process, is not far short of incompetent. And I think States members, even those who personally think that Mr Power was guilty of mishandling the investigation, were quite shocked at the way in which he effectively announced that yesterday.
But the guessing game as to whether the Chief of Police was guilty of mishandling the historic abuse inquiry rumbles on, until next week at least. Only then will the Home Affairs Minister reveal his evidence as to the real reasons for suspending Graham Power.